And
I would
we
expect nothing.
are live. Yay! Hi, everyone. Happy just kidding. Keep Super Bowl Sunday. I sent a text message to a friend of mine who watches football, and I said, "Happy Super Bowl, SOUPER," and he got the joke. Thank God, because I was like, "Oh, is he gonna get it? Is he gonna get it?" So happy Super Bowl Sunday to all of you who are watching Super Bowl. For those of you who are waiting for the halftime, like me and everyone else that I know. And for those of you who just don't give a fuck, welcome to the show. This is the
Yes.
Mom for Trans Case podcast. My name is Dr. Lulu, and I am your host. But as you know, this show is never just me alone. It's always me and at least one other mama bear or mama beast, as we call ourselves on this show. So Kimmy is here to hold the fort, and we also have a beautiful guest all the way from Florida. Y'all, let me tell you, when I heard that there are Black folks living in Florida who are also queer, I want to know who they are, okay? I want to know who are these people? So, my name is Dr. Lulu, and this is how the show is going to go today. We're going to have fun, we're going to laugh, we're going to smile, we might even cry. But enough about me. Kimmy, what you doing not watching the Detroit Pistons or Detroit who now?
Wrong sport.
The Detroit
Why is
Lions.
you not watching
Yes,
Detroit?
yes.
You have been talking about Detroit all day, all week. Why
Yes.
is Detroit not playing, Kimmy?
You know why they're not playing. They just couldn't quite squeak it out. They were so close. And you know what? They did phenomenal. And everyone here has, an extreme amount of Detroit pride, which is the reason why there's a lot of people still rooting for the Lions today. So go Lions.
All right, go Lions, roar, roar,
All I
roar.
got to
Always
say.
next year.
Roar.
Right.
So
So yeah.
just so you know, just because we're Mama Bears or Mama Beast doesn't mean that we don't talk about football. But we do, I guess we do. So, but also my guest today, or rather our guest today, is also like prepping for halftime or the show. Are you in for the show? Or are you in for the halftime?
I'm here
Leslie?
for Usher. I'm here for Usher.
Here for
Usher.
Usher,
Yes,
yes.
A-Town. I'm a lifelong fan. I've been following him for, a long time. So I'm definitely here for the halftime show. Haven't been able to catch him in Vegas. So yeah, looking forward to the halftime show for sure. Yes.
I guess you got it. You got it bad, huh? Oh,
I got it bad. Yes. There
All
you
right.
go, Dr. Lulu,
I know, right?
Yes.
So we are Mama Bears who truly don't give a fuck. My name is Dr. Lulu, and yes, I'm a Mama Beast, and one of my kids is transgender, but I'm here because why not? Where else would I rather be on a Sunday afternoon at 6 p.m. Central, Sunday evening? Kimmy, where else would you rather be?
Nowhere. I'm good.
Nowhere.
I'm good.
That's why we're
Holding
here.
on for it.
Yes. So we are going to be talking to, I want to know, Leslie, because I'm not sure if you are Mama Beast or not. Do you in fact have children? Because some of the people that come on the show have, some don't. I just want to know.
So yes, I do. My wife and I have 2 children we adopted during the height of the pandemic. Most people picked up baking and bread and all things. We picked up children.
Love
y'all discovered air fryers. We discovered our family. So
Oh.
we have
Oh, that's
2.
so
We
sweet.
got to, yes, 2020 was the year for us that we became a forever family. So we have a 12-year-old girl and a 6-year-old boy.
Wow. Let me tell you,
Wow.
very few people come
Congrats.
here and just
That's
say, wow,
awesome.
right off the bat. What do you think, Kimmy? That was a very good intro, right?
That's a first. I have not heard anybody acquiring a family during the pandemic. So kudos to you.
Me neither, but also I think I
thought getting a divorce in 2020 was the thing to do. So I did
That
that.
was a thing.
I don't.
Right? People changed careers. We became IT overnight. Like things happen. So yes,
everyone had a podcast. Yes, I did. But and I got
right?
divorced too. So yeah, Kimmy, you're right. This is such a crucial topic. Like everybody did everything. I just thought the world was coming to an end. I was like Chicken Little. Who should we call? Who should we tell? And then you were busy trying to acquire children. What a beautiful beautiful soul that you all have.
A
Thank you
long,
so
a
much for
long
coming.
road coming, a long road coming. Prior to that, we were foster moms for 6 years. So
Mm.
and in that time, we must have had in our home 10 to 12 children, all races, all genders, all just rainbow coalition. So it was a
Wow.
long road. So when we finally got that opportunity in 2020, we jumped on it. So when
I
you
bet you
adopt,
did.
so when you adopt, normally you go down to the courthouse and city hall. We zoomed our adoption, right? Which was beautiful because then we can open it up to all of our friends. So everyone just hopped on the Zoom,
Oh,
and that, the rest is history.
Oh, so
wow.
beautiful.
I am
Yes.
officially a fan. I love it. I love it. And this is so important because maybe you will be my, at least in this case, my guinea pig, because I've always been, and I know what you're going to say. I know the answer you're going to give, but I want you to be as honest as possible. You told us you have two children. One is a boy and one is a girl. And one of the things I say now that I kind of think I know better is we are raising the children as boys and as girls,
Hmm.
unless, of course, the children have told us, have come and categorically declared. What Kim and I came up with a few weeks ago at the Creating Change conference was the true gender reveal. The true, in other words, is the child now declaring and affirming themselves as this is the gender that they are.
Oh, yes.
Prior to that, we are raising them as the gender that we assign. So this is a beautiful segue to the show. Let's just kick it up because
Let's jump in.
I want to know, now that you have a boy and a girl, obviously the question I'm going to ask is, what if one of them says, you know what, mom, I'm actually not a boy. I'm actually non-binary. Or obviously I know what you're going to say because you're in the queer community, but how do you think the rest of your world will react to that if that were to happen?
If one of my children decided to say they're in the transgender community, I would embrace them, as you probably guessed it. Spoiler alert, I'm inclusive. We're about inclusion over here. Now, in terms of the rest of my circle, my family, I would like to think a bulk of them would support it, but not everyone would be a fan. And that's the honest truth. So we might lose some people along the way. We have lost people along the way. That's part of it. So this is why we have a lot of chosen family in the queer community,
Mm,
as you know, because not
mm.
everyone, some people are seasonal, and then there are others that are forever. So we've lost a few folks along the way.
I was silent
That's
because I wanted
okay.
that to land. That was so
Okay.
true. Kim, what are your thoughts about what she said? Because I think, Leslie, if I remember very, very well, your family is from the Caribbean. Was that?
My wife's family is from the Virgin Islands. So
Ah,
she grew up in St. Thomas, and I am American. I grew up in New York. So I like to say everyone is African. So I'm American by way of Africa. Now
Oh
in
well.
in
yeah,
Florida, most Black people are from the Caribbean. So
from the
like,
Caribbean. Yes.
yeah, so
The
I
reason I
happen
was
to be,
asking is, yeah,
yes.
the reason I was asking is because I wanted to just insert the immigrant experience. As some people may or may not know, most immigrants, not all, but enough immigrants have very, very strong religious footholds and therefore very, very strongly repelled from anything LGBT. So when you said you may or may not, and obviously this is generalization, may or may not lose some of your family members, do you know which side will be touched more or
Dr.
there'll be enough
Lulu is
merit?
digging.
I am going.
Yeah,
I am
he
going.
doesn't waste any time.
My goodness. Yeah. Which side would it be? I
I
mean,
feel like I need a spotlight. Leslie, what do you think?
right? Well, we speak in generalization. So generally, Black people are conservative, and are generally not as progressive in terms of LGBTQ. Now, that's a big generalization.
Yes.
So when I
Yeah.
moved to South Florida, it was very much a Caribbean population. Like, I was the only Black American I knew for many years. I was like, what? Like, everybody was from Haiti or Jamaica or Ecuador or Nicaragua, like all of the Caribbean, all Latin America. That was my circle. So I bumped in, I met my wife, who lo and behold is also from the Caribbean. And Dr. Lulu, I will tell you that while my mother did not embraced me way back when I came out in 2001. She eventually came on board. And
Mm.
when it was time for my wife and I to get engaged and then get married, you remember your LGBTQ history. It went state by state, right? There was state by state. And then eventually we got the right to marriage equality was passed, right? In
Mhm, mhm,
2016,
mhm,
2015. So
mhm,
it was state by state, and many of the queer people were running out to states to get married quickly. So
mhm.
my wife and I did the same thing. It wasn't legal in Florida, so we went to New York, did City Hall. A couple weeks later, we came back, or the next month we came back and did it in Miami so we can have a big family. And then Florida finally caught up, and we did it in a huge joint ceremony with maybe 30 other couples. So 3 wedding anniversaries, hard to remember. Now, out of the 3 opportunities, because you asked Dr. Lulu which side would take it harder, I would say the Caribbean side, because out of those 3 chances, my mother-in-law never showed up to any
Hmm.
of the weddings. So you called it. That's a memory that sticks with me, and I always hold my wife near and dear because I had to see that. She loves, respects her mother, and her mom has come a long way. But 3 opportunities, because that's LGBTQ history, state by state by state. And each of those times, she did not show up. And that
I
was
love,
heartbreaking.
I
And
love it.
that's
I
just, that's
love
the reality. Yeah.
that's the reality. And I say that because my family will be right there next to her, not behind her,
Right
right next to her.
beside.
Right
Hmm.
beside her, yes. They wouldn't today. They wouldn't tomorrow. Maybe 1 or 2 of them might come because, oh, they love me so, but unlikely.
There's a
And I
judgment
want
there.
Yeah, I wanted to start the conversation with that, to premise it, because a lot of people, still to this day believe that being LGBT is a foreign thing. Being LGBT is more of a white thing. I'm
Yes.
actually impressed that you all went gung ho and did 3 different ceremonies, and you had a large gathering, because from maybe because I've been in the South Carolina, then North Carolina, then South Carolina, then Texas, then now Georgia. I am not going to swear that I've seen a whole lot of. It's like there's this great divide. Yes, LGBT. I mean, Atlanta is a LGBT mecca, Black people mecca, but there's still a great divide. There's
Yes.
those who, yeah. So Kim, I'm going to bring you into the conversation because it's important for us to note that while you are, for all intents and purposes, American, your
Mhm.
ancestors actually came from Persia. So, what do you
Mhm.
think? Is it Persia or Asia? I'm not sure which one. Just correct me.
Actually, my great grandmother it came over from Syria.
Syria. Okay. Is that
Mhm.
Persia? Is that what is that? Is that
It's Middle East,
Middle East? Middle East. Yeah.
Lebanese,
Yes, Middle East. Because
like
you do have you still have all the traits. You have the hair, you have the color, you have the chin, you have, and
I
actually
can't
from my
deny it.
vantage, yeah, from my vantage point here, because I don't have my glasses on, you almost look like you have a very thin veil,
Kaburka?
or like what's it called? I forgot the name. I forget the name of the
It's
headpiece that
my
they have.
halo. Is it
Like
my
a
halo?
angel. Are
No,
you trying to say a burqa, Dr.
a
Lulu?
burqa, thank you.
Hmm.
But we have a different name for it
Oh,
in Africa.
yeah,
But just
yeah.
from the
No,
way,
that's
from because I don't have my glasses on, so it's kind of, but it looks like
yeah.
it's a black one, and then your hair is just coming out, which is beautiful. But it's also part of why this particular show. I mean, when I was picking my co-hostesses, I wanted to make sure that I had a wide variety, not just black or white or whatever. So, Kimmy, what are your thoughts about your great grandmother, all those people that came before you that were limited? What are their beliefs and their attitudes towards the LGBT community today? Do you know by any chance?
Yeah, I mean, they're a very religious community. I mean, for being, as far as I know, most of them practice more of a Catholic or a Christian um, type religion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least the ones that have come over here that I know in my family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and some are more religious than others. You know, but we also, my family, I have immediate cousins that are dark skin,
Mm-hmm.
Syrian and darker skin, I mean, it's still a nice, it's way darker than me. I tend to take after my great grandmother, who was a light skinned Syrian. And I think that the skin color difference, you could really differentiate between like the North and South. One had a lighter and one had a darker skin typically. So
I never knew
but
that.
we have a mix.
Yeah,
We have a
but-
mix in our family because my great grandfather was, probably dark skinned. I don't have a
But
lot
what
of
is
pictures.
but what was that? What is their attitude towards the LGBT community, either skin color
was-
or not? What was it? What
Yeah,
is it?
I think there's a mix. I think there are some that are very that take their religion very seriously. It's what they follow. It's what they believe in, and there's you're not going to talk them out of anything. And I'm not here to try to.
No, exactly.
So
Exactly.
I'm not here to talk anybody into anything or doing anything that they don't believe in. I mean, what we're here for, right, is really to just come together for the kids and try to create some common ground. I don't want to have to isolate all of my family. If there's some family that's coming to me and saying, Kim, we have these strong family beliefs, because of based on my religion, we can talk about it if they're willing to learn. And I'm very patient at trying to teach before I just block. But I will block in a heartbeat, like your head will spin.
Save your
I love
energy. Save your energy.
Yes,
Absolutely. It's
I love
conserving,
that because we're not here exactly. We're not here to. And I told the lady I said, look, there are 8 billion people on this earth. I'm not here to get all of them to affirm their kids, because she was like, what if you have a parent who's? I said, I'm not going to argue with them, because there are enough parents out there who do want to affirm their kids.
Right.
So the beauty of entrepreneurship is I get to pick what kind of clients I want to work with. I mean, ultimately, if you don't want to, I'm not here to make you do anything. But this is so good because our guest today, Leslie Ann, you wrote a book that somehow glazes this, doesn't it? Does it glaze a little bit over attitudes about homosexuality? Because doesn't it have homo in the title?
Yes, I need to grab a book. I'll be sure to grab it before we cut. I didn't even think to grab one, but yes. So my book is called Poom Poom Rock, There's No Place Like Homo. So the subtitle is There's No Place Like Homo. And basically it's just a love letter to the LGBTQ community, because we know that letters, the acronym is ever expanding. The rainbow is ever expanding, right? We're trying to just keep up with it. But no matter where you are on that rainbow, if you identify anywhere on it, you identify with discrimination, you identify with oppression, Black, white, gender expansive, whatever it is, if you are on that spectrum, then you have faced some type of discrimination. So the book is a love letter to the community. And the lead character, or the book, takes place between Jamaica and Los Angeles. So Jamaica, actually, it's called Poom Poom Rock. And the reason it's called Poom Poom Rock is because my lead character has to be as strong as a rock. The reason she's got to be so damn strong is because she's a lesbian living in Jamaica, where it's, of course, illegal to be gay. So that is Poom Poom Rock. She's got to be so strong because that's where she lives. So it takes place between LA and Jamaica.
I love it. I was trying to type it as you were speaking. Poom Poom Rock, There's No Place Like Homo.
Hey, look at the magic. See how that happens?
You just gotta love it.
You see how that happens?
The spouse is in the background.
Yes, the spouse is in the background.
Yes.
Do you see anything with the cover?
Flowers.
Does the cover? Do you notice anything? You're a doctor. Dr.
I
Lulu.
can't see. I don't have my glasses on. Honestly,
well, let me tell you, it's a big gorge, and Poom Poom is slang in Caribbean speak for vagina. So Poom Poom Rock is actually a real place, and the cover is a mountain. Oh. It's a mountain, and the mountain looks like a vagina. It's a real life mountain, so they call it Poom Poom Rock. So I had to see it for myself. I said, book the flight, we're going.
Let's
so,
go.
so
Excellent.
sure.
Let's have a book signing and let's have photo shoot over there. Why not?
Right underneath the
I
Yep.
vagina.
yeah, I think was it is it like a triangle? Is it kind of gray with
It's
a
like a
triangle?
gorge. It's yeah, it looks like anatomy.
Oh my gosh. Is that
I'll
a
send
clit at the top over there? Oh
Yes.
wow. Yeah.
You can't make this stuff up.
No, no, you can't
You
exactly.
can't
No.
make
Yes,
this stuff up. Real
that's
life
a
rock.
very
I had
nice.
nothing to do with it. Real life rock.
That's a well, you know why they call her Mother Nature? Mother
Exactly.
Nature.
Exactly.
Okay,
Mother
I didn't
Nature.
make that up either, right?
She's the mama bear. The ultimate mama bear is Mother
She has
Nature.
jokes.
Yes.
She has jokes. So we're gonna take our first break. As you know, the show is called Moms for Trans Kids. We are Mama Bears and Mama Beasts, and we truly don't give a fuck. We come here every Sunday or whatever day you're listening to this, and we talk about mommying transgender kids, mommying as a verb, trans children, gender expansive children, and just really trying to live in a world that people are coming for your kids and coming so fast that you have to, I don't know, like Kim said earlier on, your neck is spinning. So we are Mama Bears, and we usually have a guest on the show most days, and we're talking about things that the guest wants to talk about. So when we come back from our quick break, we're gonna have our guest tell us maybe a little bit more about the book and maybe one or two things you'll like the readers to learn from the book, and one or two reasons why the readers must get the book. So we'll be right back. The show is called Moms for Trans Kids. Right back.
Awesome. Water.
And we are back.
Ooh.
So, Leslie, tell us one or two. Obviously, you don't get to tell everything about the book, so we'll leave some secrets for us to kind of go and dig in ourselves. But tell us one or two, maybe take home points from the book, and one or two reasons why you think readers must run, not walk, to go get their own copy before it's banned. And by the way, you live in Florida. Is your
I do
book
live
banned?
in Florida.
And
Is your book banned?
You know, if DeSantis knew about it, I'm pretty sure. But yes, this is definitely DEI, LGBTQ, Black history. It's all of the things that they don't like to do in Florida. So this is my protest.
I'm so proud of you. You live in Florida, you're queer as fuck, and you're married, and you have kids.
Yes.
This is like
And
the
I'm
ultimate
out.
stick
I'm
it up to
out.
them. Yes.
you hit the lotto with this guest.
All of the boxes. All
Oh,
of the
check,
boxes. Check. So
But I
you
think
want to know some? Yes.
also you're a Black woman. This is Black History Month. We're talking about a book written by a Black person that also crosses all of those intersectional spaces that these people, for whatever reasons, they don't want to hear. So kudos to you. You are definitely,
Thank you.
you should be on Oprah, because these are the kinds of things that we're looking for, that defy the mess that is out there, because they're all lies anyway. So tell us two things, two takeaways from your book, and two reasons why people should run and go get your book right now, today, this weekend.
Yes. So I am an author advocate, and any project that I take on, I really have three goals, and that's educate, entertain, and inspire. And I believe I've done all of that with Poom Poom Rock. Like, I'm a word nerd. I have a screenwriting degree. I've always loved to write. Storytelling is my passion, and I know it's my purpose. So this is my baby, or one of my babies, right? So Poom Poom Rock, educate, entertain, inspire. All of it's in the book. So you're going to learn about buggery laws. So we have sodomy laws here in the States, or at least we used to, and the equivalent in the Caribbean is called buggery laws. So you're going to learn a bit about that history. So as of the time of us shooting this podcast right now, it's illegal to be gay. So you're going to learn that. You're going to see the trauma of someone who's born in this culture having to betray their own child, right? So there's mama drama in here, and you're going to actually end up feeling sad for the mother. So the mama bear, ultimately betrays her own child because the child is gay, but you end up feeling empathetic because you realize where this mom is from and how much of a true beast you have to be to go against the grain, where everything in your culture, from the music to the laws of the land, tell you,
Land.
no, this is wrong, right? And don't throw in the Bible. The Bible definitely says, do not pass go. So you're gonna feel empathy, you're going to be educated. And then I said, I want to entertain. So, selfish as this might sound, when I hop onto Nulu, Netflix, whatever it is, I swear I spend more time with the remote in my hand, just trying to find content that I can relate. And it's like, come on, I got to wake up and feed these kids and do the things. I need a minute. So I got tired of that. And selfishly enough, I created the type of content that I was
I
looking
wanted to
for.
see.
So what
Yes.
I'm looking for is, romance. I'm looking for some steam. This is 18 plus. There's a big vagina on the cover of this book. Okay. So I'm looking for adult content. So there's romance, there's a love triangle, it's a romantic thriller, it's all of the things. So as I said, educate, entertain, inspire. That is my goal with any product or any project that I'm associated with. And I believe you can find it all between the sheets of Poom Poom Rock.
Nice. And it's nonfiction, right? So it's not based on any,
This is nonfiction, although I like to say,
or rather,
while it's
a
not
little bit
my
of,
story, while it's not, it is fiction.
it
So,
is fiction.
but
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
while it's not my story, it is the story of many people in the LGBTQ plus community. People have been betrayed by their family. I can't tell you how many gay boyfriends I had sleep on my couch in college because their parents are like, no, not
Don't
today.
come home.
So this
Yes.
is why this is chosen family. So you're going to be able to relate. Yes, indeed.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love so much of it. This is exactly why I was so happy. I'm so happy you didn't end up rescheduling this episode. I'm so happy that you decided to keep it, and I'm so happy that
Yes.
Kim came. But I usually, I mean, I was supposed to be at my friend's house, but like I said, I have a podcast, and I'm gonna be there. And
Thank
I'm so
you.
happy we got a chance for you to tell us, because it's not just Dr. Lulu's always saying, I'm not. This is real. Like I lucked out that my dad didn't. My dad did it backwards. When I was 16, he said, "Oh, it's a phase, and let me be."
Ah,
And then
yes.
when I was 42, he tried to disown me. I mean, who does that? I was like, "What are you trying to do?" My siblings were like, "Wait, what? What are you trying to do? She lives by herself in North Carolina. What are you going to do? Disown her? Like, whatever." And the next thing I know, my dad is buying a ticket and coming to my house to live with my wife living in the house. But it's like I was just like, "What are you gonna do? Disown me how? Like
Yes.
I'm 40 freaking two. Like what?" But this is real talk, and this is
Yes.
why I cannot stop doing what I do, and Kim cannot stop doing what she does, because we have children jumping to their death every day. It's not even. It's not like it's not funny.
Yes.
It's real. It's real. Kim, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about like just the overall plot and all the topics that you cover, which clearly you're not shying away from any controversy here, which I give you a lot of props for
Never that.
that, because not only do you touch on the religion, not only do you talk about the religious shaming that happens in the queer community. You talk about feeling sorry for the person that does something terrible to their kid based on how they were raised or how they were brought up, and I think and it really does tug at all your emotions as a parent. Having two sons of my own who happen to be transgender, who have had their own separate journeys, and I've had two separate journeys,
Yes.
with them, and then one journey all together, when we travel as a family. So it's a lot, and to add on, the Caribbean culture, or any kind of cultural thing to that. Again, like I said, you're just taking it up. You keep raising that bar. So it sounds like an amazing book.
Well,
I
thank
love
you.
it. I love the
Thank you.
book,
Thank
and
you
I'm
for
gonna.
saying that.
Yeah, I'm going to come back and make a little bit of a U-turn. I think one of the things I love is how I don't know. Obviously, I haven't read the book, but I love. Now I'm intrigued. I want to read it because that's why I wanted you to
Mhm.
tell us something. But I also love the fact that somewhere along the line we're going to feel empathy for the parent of a child. Now,
Mhm.
obviously, I haven't read the book, but one of the things I like about feeling empathy is hopefully while we feel empathy or while we empathize with the mother, we end up having compassion for the child. And I say that because I know Kim knows I had my favorite word in the world is compassion. Compassion is empathy plus how can I help? How can I make it
Yes.
better? So I still need, because I still end up needing parents to first, I want to affirm you. It's completely understandable that your world is rocked. My world was rocked, and
Mhm.
then I quickly want to say to you, let's let's get moving. Let's move forward because your child, no matter how much suffering you're feeling right now, multiply that by whatever number of years your child has been feeling that their whole life. And so it's important for us to quickly get with the program. So for the parents that I coach, I tell them that I said, yeah, you didn't do anything wrong because we feel that we did something wrong. And now the government is saying we did something. We're grooming our kids.
Mhm.
And so I want the parents to know that we hear you. I hear you. Certainly I do because I used to be your child and today I'm you. But regardless, I'm not like, oh, woe is me, woe is me. I have to still decide right away, how do I make my child feel safe in the world that's coming for my child? Because truthfully, your child does not know the governor. Your child does not know who made the law. Your child could care less about what the legislature is saying because who's cooking dinner for them is not the governor. Who is bringing them home at night and hugging them at bedtime is not the legislature. So you ultimately have to put on your big parent pants on and just make a decision and help your child. And so, does the parent in the book do that? Or maybe you shouldn't tell us. I don't know.
I don't want to give it all away, but I will tell you, just as, as we live in reality, we know it's not always a happy ending. So I will
Mm,
say that it's not always like a fairy tale and the
yes.
blah blah blah. So it's very real, but at the same time, Kim, you were saying that I've thrown, so many twists and turns, and
Mhm.
I
Lots of
grew up
layers.
I grew up watching soap operas. So
Mhm.
like that was my babysitter back in the day. So I love drama. So when I say thriller, it is a thriller. So there's a chase and it takes
Mhm.
place between Jamaica and Los Angeles. It gets into the entertainment industry. So
Yes,
this
of
is
course. It
kind of,
was in LA. Yes.
yeah, because I'm from LA, so I could write about that. And I had
Yes.
I had my version of the L word. I would go and party in my 20s and be in West Hollywood. So I weave in and out of that. So, it's twists and turns. It's something for everyone. And
Mhm.
I think you will be happy with the end. And as and one thing
Yes.
and one thing I like to say is it's not really the end. Because what I've done with Poom Poom Rock, the dream, the prayer, the manifestation has always been to adapt it into a televised series. So if you go,
Yes.
yeah, so if you go to leslieannfry.com right now or go to any of the platforms, you will see what we've done is we've taken the most dramatic, steamiest scenes. We hired a bunch of actors, and all the promotional clips are online. So you could see them now because that's the
Oh
direction.
wow.
So this is just step one. The next thing is we go into Netflix, Hulu, we're out the door.
I love it.
Yes, yes. So
Yes.
it's always been a
Yes.
plan. We've always had a plan. And as I said, I'm a storyteller. I'm a word nerd. Always have been. So just leaning into my superpower. So if I can
I love it.
educate, entertain, inspire, that's what I would love to do. That's
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
That's
So
me.
good,
Yeah.
so inspiring because both of us, both Kimmy and I know I've dabbled more than she, but we also kind of like are into words and writing words and then writing books. And my second book has already had the treatment done, and I'm just waiting for Tyler Perry
That's what
to
I'm
show
talking
up.
about.
So, so I can do my little documentary on youth suicide in the African American community, or really youth suicide
Important
period.
work.
I
Important
definitely
work.
want to explore queerness and youth suicide. Where does that meet and why and how and who are these
Mhm.
people? So
Right.
yes,
And then the
thank you.
intersections of it all. What
Yes,
Mhm.
kids are
Yeah.
impacted the most, let's talk
Yep.
about it.
Let's have the hard
Let's talk
conversation.
about
Let's
it.
talk.
Thank you for that work, Dr. Lulu. It's so important.
Thank you
It's so
very much.
important. I
Yes.
see you. I'm following you. I see you. What an honor it is to just do this work and know, what does that feel like for you to be making this contribution? Because I'm following you. I see you doing karaoke and doing all of the things. I'm following and
I'm trying, honey. Let me tell
saving
you.
lives at the same time. Saving
I
lives.
am trying. I am the world's most versatile creator or something. But it's funny. I love that we're talking about this because all three of us are creators in our own way. I have always loved to sing. I've always loved to dance. I've always loved to talk. And I've always loved to just kind of be funny. But I never in a million years thought I would be talking about my transgender child and infusing humor in it. And I found myself doing a open mic comedy the other day with my story about my transgender child, and people were laughing. So this is just a true testament of the fact that we can reach anybody. I was the only standing ovation at the
Wow.
Pecha Kucha talk at the Podfest a couple of weeks ago, and I was the only one that talked about something that is banned in the state of Florida, and we were in Orlando. So you can imagine,
wow.
like people were like, I couldn't get all my slides down. My second to last and last slide, I was now yelling over the mic and trying to get them to hear me because they just.
Oh.
So just keep up the good work. However we're going to do it, we're all chipping away from our own little corners, but
Yes.
we are letting people know that just give everybody a chance to live. Let them just live.
Yes, yes. I'm honored to do this work. I'm honored to do this work. And Dr. Lulu, we met at the company where I'm working now out in Equal, which that means, 24/7, 365 is Pride. So we do the work of advocating for LGBTQ employees. So, storytelling is my superpower. I'm honored that I get to do this work and contribute. And as you said, chip away from my little corner of the world. It's
chipping away at the rock, the vagina-shaped rock.
Yes.
I mean that took me out. That took me out. So let's switch corner. Let's switch. I guess make a little pivot.
Yes.
Where do you see? This is kind of like it's a question that I've always wanted to ask other queer people.
Because Dr. Lulu, I just want to chime in and let you know that there's 9 minutes and 16 seconds left until halftime.
Oh,
okay.
Usher.
Okay.
Before you get into the next topic.
Yeah, but that's good because we've almost done 40 minutes already of the show, which is really good. And I know my IT guy will edit this out. So let's have it. Let's have it. What the question I was going to ask actually is more futuristic, which is a good way to end it if we're going to end it now. Where do you see the future? Because all of a sudden it's all anti-LGBT, once upon a time, it was like anti-gay, you can't be gay, you can't work as gay, you can't do anything as gay. And then it was silent. And now it's like anti-trans, anti-LGBT is all over again. Where do you see as an author, as a speaker, as a wordsmith, as a writer, as all of the things that you are, Leslie, where do you see the world with all this mess? Do you think it's going to end soon, or are we just going to keep fighting? Low key,
I think what goes up must come down. I'm an optimist. I believe, one of my favorite MLK quotes is the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice.
Justice, yes.
Justice. So I believe that the right thing is going to go, and I'm inspired by my children. My daughter is 12 years old. She's in 6th grade, and she's telling me about her pansexual classmates and transsexual and saying all of the vocabulary and terms. And I'm saying, what is that? And she will tell me exactly what it is. Like, I'm confident that this next generation will figure it out. We might not see it in our lifetime, but the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice. So it's got to work itself out. But at the same time, we have to do our part. We can't just sit and rest on our laurels, election year, whatever it is. We have to do the work, right? So while I'm manifesting this adaptation, I'm also out there slinging these books and getting on podcasts and doing what I have to do. We have to do the work. We have to do the work. Yes.
I know Kim and I kudos for that, because Kim and I said that, and our generation might have failed, but the next generation, and definitely the next, they're all queer and they're all like proud to say that they are. And being queer is like, if you're not queer, it's like, wait, why are you not queer? Like, hello, like,
Well, that's
it's
the thing.
almost
The
like,
statistics
yes,
show that most
most
people
of
are
the,
like the stats are growing. So just like wait for it, wait
yes,
for it, because they were
wait for it.
outnumbered. You're going to be
Yes.
Yeah,
outnumbered.
that's
And
what it
that's why
is.
I feel like they're
Reality.
fighting so hard right now to squish our voices and to quench our voices because they know they're
They
losing.
know.
You
Yeah.
know, the president, I think Kim, did you hear was it the lady from Creating Change? She said the only reason they are pumping so much money into anti-LGBT stuff is because they know they are losing. They
Yeah.
know how
They know the
Yeah.
how
numbers.
loud we're getting. That's why they
Yeah.
feel like, let's do everything we can. Every day there's a new law being
Yes.
pushed
Mhm.
in Florida.
I think you can't
Now
say
I think it's
racist here.
Florida.
You can't say racist in the state of
I
Florida.
know.
That's the
Now you're gonna
latest
get exactly. I was
proposal.
just gonna say, if somebody says somebody's
I
racist,
can't with
they'll
I can't with Florida. I
It's
can't.
ridiculous, guys.
It's
Pray for
amazing.
us. Pray for us.
Always.
But
So
I'm
where
an
can
optimist.
people?
I'm an optimist.
Me too.
Mhm.
Me too. But where can people find Kim? Did you have a question or a comment? Because I wanted to ask our guest, where can people find her books, so
Mhm.
we can round up and then everybody can go and watch Ursher.
For sure.
No, I didn't have any questions.
You're good? Okay.
Okay. So Leslie, where can people find you and follow you, find your books, find the movie, find all the things?
All of the things are happening at leslieannfrye.com. LeslieAnnefrye.com. And the book is Poom Poom Rock. So if you go to at Poom Poom Rock Book, you will find all of the things.
So I have Leslie Ann Fry up. Hold on.
LeslieAnnFrye.com.
Yes, I have it. I have it up for those who want to see
Yes.
it that way,
And
or the
then
Pum Pum
at
Rock
Poom
book.
Poom Rock Book. That'll get you there
Okay.
even quicker. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Let me
Yay.
see. I can't see my thing. Okay.
Wow,
At
look at
Pum Pum
this.
Rock.
Little new view.
I like
Is it
it.
book.com?
Split, the triple.
Is that maybe
At
the
Poom
Pum
Poom
Pum
Rock
Rock?
Book. That's the for
That's
the
the
social.
IG.
Social.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
social.
At Poom
Okay.
Poom Rock Book.
Okay, so
You'll
there it
see
is.
me.
So y'all can just rewind and watch it
Yes.
however you like. And thank you so much for coming today. I know we could talk forever. Thank you for, as a matter of fact, Kim, I had a thought today. I had a thought that we should have because this particular platform can have up to 8 guests. So I was thinking of having our top 4 guests come for like a reunion show.
Ah.
And I know I'm going to have
Oh.
you come because I really want you to. We've had another author or two, but you are the queer author of the lot, I think. And then you're also talking about something different. I mean, they're all writing about whatever they're writing about. And I think you are the one
Yeah.
that's the queer one, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, anyway, either way, so look out for that, people. So the
Thank
show is
you.
called
Thank you.
Moms for Trans Kids, and y'all know we do not give a fuck on this show. We don't care which governor, whoever, saying whatever. In fact, Kim, I've been invited to the State House here, the Capitol in Georgia, here in Atlanta, on the 27th of February, by 2 different organizations, Human Rights Campaign and one of the legislature's office heard about me and said they want me
Awesome.
to come.
Yeah.
So we are
That's
agitating
great.
government. What we do
You are
is what we
home.
do.
You
We
are
are
home.
agitating governors. Yes, honey. Yes. So
You are
thank
home.
you for listening. Thank you for watching the show. Always tell someone about the show. Tell anybody to listen to it. And yes, we curse, but also we give you good content and we keep it real. That's what we do.
That's right.
But before we go, I want Kim to say some words to lead us into the week, and then of course our guests some words, and then we want to go watch Ursher. Kim?
Well, thank you, Leslie. And it was so great to hear all about your book and to meet you. I'm looking forward to this reunion that you speak of, Dr. Lulu. I think that's going to be a beautiful thing. We've had definitely met a few authors in our time, but I guess as we just go into the week, let's still continue to celebrate our Black history and have a good one. I agree. I'm an optimist as well. So
Yes.
I see things good, that are happening, that are changing, and that are very good. And I just try to keep my eye on that, and I have, and until then, I'm just going to mama bear the heck out of every single rainbow child I can get my hands on until then.
That's right. And Kim, just as you were speaking, because you're closer now, the word I was thinking of was hijab. You look like you've got a beautiful black hijab
Yes.
on. I really, truly, that's what it looks like from here. Like all
I
of
could see it.
this.
I could see
right?
it because it's dark.
So
Yeah.
beautiful. Yes, because it's dark and it's
Yeah.
The shadows.
so nice.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
so
lovely.
nice, so nice, so nice.
Mhm.
What about you,
Beautiful.
Leslie Ann? What words do you want to give to those who are coming after us, those who we've betrayed, those who we haven't betrayed, those who are the betrayers, those who are just trying to maintain, knowing that we are not society. Society has never gotten it right, and we're just trying to do it right by our kids and by ourselves. What do you have to say to a parent who is maybe perhaps like the parents in your book? What would you say to them now, knowing what you know and living in Florida?
I would like to tell the parents to be patient. As I said, I'm a new mom here. We fostered for some years, but these kids are pretty new to us, like a new pair of shoes. We're still figuring it out. So what I'm learning every day is to just be patient, which is number one. But number two is really don't try to change your kids. These are people. And, we have these perceptions. I believe me, I had grand ideas. We're going to adopt and it's going to be this, that, and that. But as it turns out, everyone is actually just a person and everyone has a personality and this is who they are. Don't try to change people. It's impossible. Try to get a 6-year-old to move fast. I dare you. I'm just going to laugh at you. It's not going to happen. So what I'm doing is, God is our Father. So I'm leaning on the Lord. Co-parenting. You want to talk about co-parenting? The Lord is the ultimate co-parent. That is my philosophy. Don't try to change your kids. Don't try to do it. Just leave it up to the Lord. That's it. Everyone's got their path. I'm going to tell you a couple times, and then that's it. If this is how your child comes, embrace them, accept them. You can't change it. And if you don't, they're going to have their chosen family, and maybe that family will be a positive or negative. But do you want to lose your child? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't think so. So love your children. Don't try to change them.
Don't try to change them.
Yes.
Don't try to change them and don't try to rearrange them, like Shalama said. That was so profound.
Thank you, Mama Bears. Thank you, Mama Bears. Dr.
Yes.
Lulu and Kim, thank you so much. And I know, Kim, you said you're going to love all the rainbow children. So thank you, because not all moms and dads and parents are there. So we have that chosen family. So thank you. Thank you for supporting your 2 trans children. Thank you, Dr. Lulu, for doing this critical, important work. I thank you. I'm so grateful to be here.
Thank you too. Thank you for thanking us. And so everyone who's out there, if you're a parent or a mama beast or a mama beast wannabe, my brand new practice is called Dr. Lulu's Pride Corner. I'm so proud of myself. It's a little corner here in outer space, but we are working with parents. It's a family focused, gender and sexuality affirming coaching practice. All the words matter. Yes. Every single word I said is important because we're working with you to help you understand how to go forward when your 4-year-old says, Mom, I don't want to wear that dress. Or when your 10-year-old says, Mom, I like Susan and her name is Beverly. I need you to know what is it that's going on in your head. How did you get there and how do you move forward? So find us on the web, www.dr-lulu.com/pride, and you find my Pride Corner practice. Until next Sunday, so long, farewell, much love, everybody. May the best man win. Let's go see Usher.
Usher.
Bye. Because we got it bad.
We got it bad. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, that was so good.